You know, I must we must live in some separate reality now where violence is the rule for our daily lives, and we just don't matter to each other anymore. I'm referring to the three bombings in this 24-hour period in Saudi Arabian cities, where we had one in Medina that killed four people. There was another one that was killed in Jeddah, and apparently the mosque in the east was targeted by another bomber. Just over and over, they're all over the place. And that's bad. But I also want to address other concerns and questions one might have about why I continue to cover this stuff. Well, first of all, it's news, and CNN has it plastered on their first page, or on their homepage rather, and I'll see it and say, okay, well, let me just speak about that and kind of give my opinion of it. And I genuinely believe that this stuff is horrible, and you have to have the basic level of humanity to not only realize that it's bad, but to really think why is this going on? Why, be grateful for the fact that you don't have it in your country to this extent. We have people who do stupid stuff over here too, but it's not as bad as this. And I'm not trying to brag about that. I'm really, it's this kind of, today's 4th of July. So it really is timely in the effect of reminding me why I hold America in such a high regard. We don't have these incidents of this nature every single day, as Saudi Arabia seems to have. And it magnifies my viewing of the country in such an appropriate manner. Again, because today is 4th of July, and you want to be patriotic and have your little red and white and blue striped flag. I guess that's me trying to make light of the situation. And then, right after thinking that, I just go back to the fact that we have people laying in the ground over the actions of a few. And even if it's not a massive plurality of the population doing that, it's still a big enough group to where you'll have some people over here from these certain political parties. I'm not just going to say Republicans, it's Democrats too, that are talking about terrorism and feeding into Islamophobia, where people in Saudi Arabia, I'm pretty sure, are also Islamic, and they're being killed as well. So if that doesn't tell you that they're also being affected by this, I don't know what will. The temporarily banning them won't do anything to stop it. But I'm just giving my opinions on someone else's view of what we should do. And I think what we should do, if I was in his position, is really advocate for, if it were me, and running for president, or trying to address Islamophobia in a way that wasn't feeding into it as I think he is doing. I'm not even gonna say his name anymore. It's, you know what I'm talking about. Uh, I would just point these out. I would go, this shooting happened this day. This bomber did this. This bomber did that. This was all in the span of a few hours. And when you do things like that, you have to also mention one important thing. You're not just reporting news. You're reporting what is a likely situation. You're going to give your opinion a little bit, but it's most likely the truth. Some of the people affected by those bombers, who are probably Islamic, are Islamic themselves, and they are being terrorized by people who worship the same religion. And this should tell all of the people who doubt Muslims in our country as just this plurality of evil people who think they are that, should know that they're not, and that we have some, and I think the majority of them are not this way. I guarantee you, if he did that, if Clinton did that, there would be this giant sweep of less hatred for Islamic people. You'd be surprised how much someone can be influenced by another word or another person's opinion. And you also have a number of impressionable people that are my age. I kind of have a thing where my core values don't change. I might think of something else a little differently here and there after hearing someone else's view of it. But core values, I think, have been consistent for me for the last couple of years, and I'm grateful for that, because I think they're the right way to be. But even then, with this, you still, they can make the impact, but they're not willing to. This bombing is very sad. I hope it ceases. I don't think it will, but I have to have some level of optimism in this situation. I'm more grateful than ever for being an American and living in America. And, it's 4th of July, so it's even more timely. Elections in a few months, so there's that. Uh, Lastly, just thank you for watching and be safe, because some of this stuff makes me scared sometimes. Not just for me, but for humanity. We're on the brink of destruction on a daily basis because of the actions of a small group of people who feel the need to inflict terrorism on an almost daily basis for the mere act of enjoying seeing the look of despair on someone's face, and at the same time reinforcing their belief that what they're doing is right and that they are enjoying themselves, or enjoying themselves in a just way rather, which is again wrong, but that's how they feel. So thank you for watching. Have a good day and be safe.